Hello, Potato, and welcome to Weekend Magic for April the 13th, 2024. Yes, it is Saturday the 13th, which means absolutely nothing. This week, we saw DisneyStore.com release the latest part of Stitch Attacks Snacks, which, at least as last time I checked yesterday, all that stuff was still available. It does seem like this is not doing great as a series. I mean, I don't know, maybe it is, but it's not selling out, which, I mean, I feel like that's probably what they're most interested in, is a sell-through. But one interesting thing about this new version, not interesting for me to buy it or anything, I haven't been buying them, is that they added in a new plush. So the first 3 months were just Stitch and a snack, and then there was a pin set. This month, they added a new plush of Angel, which I have some people online complaining about because they've been collecting them, and now you have added this new character a quarter of the way into the series, and it's going to throw off their display. You have Stitch, 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 and Angel. So I don't know why they chose to do that. Like, if at some point they thought, you know what, we should really put Angel in here, because obviously it can't be in response to the sales or lack thereof of the first 3 series. They make this stuff way too far in advance to react that quickly and make a whole extra plush. But as of last time I checked, which is yesterday, the pins and both plush were still available, and they are offering, if you buy both plushes, you get $10 off, which I again leads me to think these maybe aren't selling super well. Not that last year's 100 set did super well either, but yeah, I'm thinking these aren't doing exactly gangbusters. But I'm fine with it, because I'm glad to have a continuity collection that I'm not feeling compelled to buy. I'm still spending plenty of money on Lego, so I don't need to worry about, buying more stuff from Disney Store. And speaking of Lego, we did see a leak of some more of the Star Wars Day releases this year. Of course, we saw the Speeder and the Sith Infiltrator officially revealed on the Lego site. But yesterday, always yesterday morning, or maybe it was Thursday night, I found a leak of 3 more sets. And I don't think, at least as of yesterday, they weren't still on the official Lego site. So they haven't been officially unveiled, but they clearly are the pictures that are going to be on the Lego site. But we have, first and least importantly, we have a Brickheads of Commander Cody. I don't do Brickheads, doesn't do anything for me. Second least important to me, we have the Mos Espa Pod Race diorama. We get 2 or 3 of these dioramas like every year around Star Wars Day. I usually only buy the minifigure scale ones. I do have the Tantive 4 that came out back in March. I actually got it for Easter. We'll be putting it together, I'm sure, at some point in a video. But this one I was kind of interested in because, one, it's I think the first diorama that's not set in the original trilogy. And I have the original, I have almost, I think, all but 1 or 2 of the original Lego Pod Racer sets, including the 2 in this one, which I believe are Anakin. Well, definitely Anakin. And I believe Sebulba is the other one that's pictured in the diorama. And then I realized, again, it's not minifigure scale. It doesn't come with minifigures of the characters. It's somewhere between minifigure and microfigure. It looks like the characters are in the pods, but they are, not actually minifigures. They're bricks, and that just doesn't do much for me. So I'm gonna give that a miss. But what did impress me, what did interest me, because as of this point I was just down for Sith Infiltrator, but one of the releases, or one of the leaks, was a new version of the Droideka, otherwise known as the Destroyer Droid. This is one of those kind of large scale ones. Again, it's not minifigure scale, but I like droids too. So I mean, I like robots in general. So even though it's not minifigure scale, I'm probably still going to pick this one up, like I did the Probe Droid from a few years back. Now, unlike the Probe Droid, this one is going to come with a minifigure scale size version of the Droideka, and it's supposed to be able to roll up like the real one does. So that, I think, is very interesting. Now, they've done the Droideka before. Back when the original, when the prequel trilogy was being released, they did do a series of these kind of larger scale builds. There was a C-3PO, there was an R2, There was a Droideka. I think there may be one or two other ones. And they were done as part of the Technic line. And this one's not. This one's going to be more traditional Lego bricks, which I'm sure will make it look better. I don't have the old Droideka. I would love to do a video comparing the two, but I don't have the old one, so we won't be able to do that. But I do plan to get the Droideka and the Sith Infiltrator on Star Wars Day. My plan at this point, due to them now having this one set of promo kits per day per account in the Lego store, is I'm going to try to do an order when they first release at like midnight East Coast time at the end of April, the end of the month, and then go to the store and buy some there to try to get a set of promo kits that we can open and play with and look at, and a set of promo kits that we can keep in the box, which is, yes, I know it's dumb. The two, I don't know what the promo kits are going to be yet, so I may not want to. I don't know. I mean, if there's something metal like a coin or a token or a keychain, I'm definitely down for that. As far as builds, it depends what they are. But I mean, that's just about 3 weeks away now, so we should be getting a full unveiling of everything that's coming out for Star Wars Day fairly soon here. I'm assuming there'll be at least one or two more kits that haven't been leaked out yet. Plus, we still need to know what the promos are going to be. There will be a giveaway, I am sure. And I'm guessing, given that everything else in the last year has been at $200 level, it'll be at the $200 level. So this week, we are taking another break from Disney. I have Disney stuff to do, to look at, to open up on here on camera for Weekend Magic. But I found this item, or these items, and I really do want to open them, and I don't want to wait anymore, so we're going to do them this week. Now, a number of years back, I think like a decade, probably more at this point, probably more like 15 years, there were these weird little plush. They were after the Ugly Dolls period, you know, Ugly Dolls. If you remember Ugly Dolls, if you don't, look it up. I didn't get into Ugly Dolls. There was a movie. They were popular. But I think kind of riding on the coattails of Ugly Dolls, we had the release of a series of plush called Fugglers. This one here is I have 3 or 4 of them. This one's my favorite. I believe he was called Sickening Sloth. He's very soft. He's got these awesome little claws. But they were called Fugglers, which meant funny ugly guys or funny ugly monsters. And there were, I think there was probably about 20, maybe 20, couple dozen of them that were released over the course of a few years. And I would see them all the time at Target. And they just were really neat because they have just, you know, really interesting eyes. They have like realistic human teeth. This one has claws. And then you couldn't see it in the box, but they all have a little button on their butt that says Fuggler. Now these were released by Spin Masters. I believe his name is Sickening Sloth. He's actually very soft, and you can like adjust his mouth to do this to kind of change the expression on his face a little bit. But he's really cool, and I think for a few years there, we would pick one up like every year on Black Friday. We'd end up at Target, usually like our second stop Target for the day. We'd go once like when they first opened, and then once again like before we just would head home after doing all of our other shopping. And I'd pick one up on sale. So like one year we got, I think he was the first one. I think I couldn't resist the slothiness of him. That's finally made me break down and buy a Fuggler. Well, the next year I bought another one, and that's this guy. I believe he is called Awkward Bear. They actually do have names. I don't remember them all, and I don't know where the birth certificates for them are to look at them and verify. And again, we have these like really kind of just off-putting, absolutely off-putting, realistic human teeth, these cool eyes, buttonhole, and he is the exact opposite of Sloth here as far as cuddliness. He is made of a very, very rough fabric, and you have like these big, super visible stitches on him. And he's not squishy or cuddly or like huggable at all. But I love the look of him. And I have at least one more, but I don't know where it is right now. And I believe it was called Suspicious Fox. He's a little bit smaller than these two. And yeah, I don't know where he is. I think he's in a closet. Sadly, he didn't get to stay out like the other two did. But they get to stay out generally in areas of fair prominence, because how could you not want to look at these faces all the time. Look at that guy. That's a face you see in your dreams, right? If it isn't, you're gonna tonight. Just look at that. But anyways, after a few years, couple years, 2, 3, well, presumably at least 3 years of collecting them, and not like I didn't have the whole collection. There are like 24 of them. There are different colors, like a bright red version of him. There's a different color version of him. There are 4 or 5 other ones that I don't have any version of. But after a few years of collecting them, they disappeared. As quick as they'd come, they were gone. And lo, there was sadness. But I still have these guys, and they still kept me company. Even though there weren't any more coming, we had these. And then last year, when I was in Walmart, towards the end of the year, like Christmas time, probably going down the toy aisle looking to see if they had any of those holiday Star Wars figures, I saw they had new Fugglers. Unfortunately, they were not proper Fugglers. They were Ninja Turtle Fugglers, because Ninja Turtle everything right now. I swear we've had of course we did Ninja Turtle Treasure X on the Easter Blind Basket. I've seen Ninja Turtle Aikido figures. There's been Ninja Turtle crossing over with Stranger Things for some reason. I think it was Ninja Turtles crossing over with Cobra Kai. There have been Ninja Turtles as Universal Monsters. Ninja Turtle figures crossed with He-Man characters. We just I don't know what's going on with Ninja Turtles right now, but it's they've gone full Hello Kitty of just licensing it to be Ninja Turtle literally anything. I would not be at all surprised if I head out next week and find on the shelf somewhere Donatello as Jason Voorhees at this point. So yeah, I didn't buy any Ninja Turtle Fugglers, and I thought, I'm glad Fugglers exists in some form still, but that's not a form that I have any interest in. And then a few weeks ago, back at the Walmart, I don't know what I was looking for. But whenever I go in there, I still go cruise down the toy aisle. I probably was checking to see if they have any Lego on clearance. I see all these people finding fantastic Lego clearance items at Walmart, and I never do. I find clearance things, but not anything that I would want. But somebody else posted a picture online of a kit that I would absolutely buy for $20, and my store either doesn't have it at all or doesn't have it at that price. But we were in there, and on an end cap, they had a whole line of new Fugglers. And so we picked out a pair. I picked out one. My wife picked out one. Sort of. She basically, we got her the one that she seemed to like first. Now, as you can see already, these are a little bit smaller, but I think Suspicious Fox is about this size. So there were Fugglers released in this size before. Now these are the Laboratory Misfits edition. But also notice on here, these ones were by Spin Master. These ones are by a company called Addo, which I've never heard of before. Spin Master's been around longer than I've been alive. Addo I've never heard of, but apparently they are part of Toy Monster, which again, I have never heard of, but they are out of Madrid, Spain, apparently. But they are new Fugglers, and they have the weird eyes. They have the human-like teeth. And today we're going to open up a pair of them. We'll start with my wife's. We've got this kind of a cross between really cuddly feeling and burlap, basically. But yeah, the Funny Ugly Monsters. So let's see if because they used to come with a little adoption certificate. So we'll see if they have that in there still, and see how they compare to our classic Fugglers. And I think they were for actually pretty good price. They're $8. Open with caution. Yeah, they were only $8 or $9. They were actually a pretty good price for. I'm assuming they're of the same quality, because these are kind of they've gotten under things and sat on and stuff, and they're still in pretty good condition. He always looked a little natty like that. Yeah, my wife picked out this guy who's. So no, we don't have any of the extra stuff anymore, or is it under this? Nope. That's a little disappointing. Yeah, they used to come with an adoption certificate for you to fill out, which I'm guessing is also where they had the name. I don't know who this guy have a name. It still says Spin Master on it though. Copyright 20. So I was looking on here to try to find a copyright date, Just to give myself some idea of how old these were, because I know it's definitely more than 10 years that I've had them. But, so that's interesting that Spin Masters isn't listed anywhere on the box that I could see. Adoplay.com, toymonster.net, but they do say Spin Master on the tag. The tag's different. Their old ones have double tags. 2023 Libertas Limited. I'm guessing Spin Master must have got bought up by somebody. We do still. What is this? We have a little. That's not great. Some little. Guessing it's the under fabric this is all stitched in through is glued on there. I don't know what he's supposed to be. You have any idea? We do still have the mouth. A little bit of depth in there. You could, like, stick a cigarette in there if you wanted to. Or I know one year, I think for New Year's, I did post a picture of him with like a cider bottle sticking out of his mouth. Martinelli's cider, not like hard cider. I do like the color. He is nice enough. He's not as soft as the sloth, but he's pretty close. He's well stuffed. Eyes are pretty nice. I do like this kind of slightly unevenness of the, I'm going to say, ears. But yeah, no birth certificate or anything. I'm disappointed in that. Because I think that's probably where we would have had a name for him. You have no names. I mean, I'm sure there are names. I'll probably come online. I'm sure there must be toymonster.com or addo.com or whatever. But I do like him. He's definitely smaller. I like that we do have the buttons. The buttons look the same. It does say Fuggler on it. The tag is similar, at least, if not the full double tag. But I still like him. I'm disappointed in the lack of a birth certificate or adoption certificate, but for $9, he still seems like a fairly well-made. I don't know if it was $8 or $9. It was less than $10 though. They're fairly well made. Let's open up my choice. I liked him because of, and yeah, no certificate in there either. I liked him because of the burlap. I loved the fact that it's like just a totally inappropriate material for a child cuddly toy. It's not cuddly at all. If anything, it's less cuddly than the awkward bear there. Now his mouth feels like, no, you can get in there and move it around. And I have no idea what he's supposed to be. We do have a head that's not quite even, which I think is intentional and fine. Got the buttonhole. But I do wish I could tell what these animals were meant to be, if they're even meant to be animals. Maybe they're just meant to be monsters. But I do feel like I kind of want to go back to Walmart and grab a couple more. Because I'm going to say they aren't quite as nice as the original ones. Not quite. But I mean, in some ways, the sloppiness of them, I think, is intentional. Like, his head's like a little squarer on this side, a little rounder on this side. His mouth is crooked. But I feel like that's intentional. The eyes, we have a string here. That's not great. We'll fix that later on. I'll cut that off. But we have the same kind of like the same way the eyes are attached. These same kind of weird eyes. But again, just the thing that really got my attention originally is these teeth. I love the little teeth on them. It just makes them look so unpleasant for a child toy. Now, as a child, I probably would have loved these even then. Get these boxes out of the way. I probably would love these even then, just because they are just so weird looking, so ugly looking. I feel like these could have sold in the 80s and 90s of my childhood, and I feel like I probably would have liked them then. Would have had at least one. But they're pretty cool, and I'm glad to see Fugglers back. I wonder if we'll see some more of these like bigger ones again. The color schemes on these are a little weirder, but I think that's because they're not being sold as like the original Fugglers. These are the Laboratory Misfits edition, and I certainly like them better than the Ninja Turtle ones. Hence the fact we bought a pair. But I think I will probably go buy some more. I don't know if we'll do a video on them again, but I probably will buy some more. But they exist again. Fugglers are back. And that is in a world full of so much uncertainty and pain and misery. It is nice to know that at the very least, I can go to the store and buy new Fugglers, so that my existing ones have more friends, which is nice. But that is going to be our video for this week. What do you think? Do you like Fugglers? Have you collected Fugglers? Do you have any of the old Fugglers? Which one is your favorite? And which versions do you have? I want to say there was like a glow-in-the-dark one, but I don't remember who it was. Have you been collecting any of the new ones? What do you think? Am I off base with the Ninja Turtle ones or the Ninja Turtle thing in general? I'm not sure. I mean, I loved Ninja Turtles as a kid, but I'm not into the crossing over with everything as if it were Hello Kitty at this point. But which Fugglers are your favorite? Have you bought any of the new ones? What do you think of them compared to the old ones? I mean, they're the smaller ones, and I don't know where my small one is, so I can't really compare them properly. The bigger ones obviously are going to be a little more detailed, but I mean, I don't feel like they're quite as nice as Sloth and Bear here, but they're still pretty cool. I made some good choices. I would have liked better colors on his eyes, but I love that burlap fabric. And it's just, he's nice and squishy and soft and cuddly. He's absolutely not. But let me know in the comments what you think of Fugglers, your past with Fugglers, who your favorite Fugglers are, and what do you think of the new ones. And with that, I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.